Have you ever found yourself staring in the mirror, wondering how you got here? Wondering if you're really on the right path, or if you're destined to be stuck in the same place forever? Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there. That feeling where life feels heavy, where it feels like you're constantly running, but the finish line keeps moving farther and farther away. You start asking yourself questions. Why am I not where I thought I'd be by now? Why does everyone else seem to be ahead? Why isn't it working for me? But let me tell you something. Your story isn't over yet. This isn't the end. What you're feeling right now, that uncertainty, that doubt, that's all part of your journey. It's not a sign that you should quit. It's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's a signal that you're on the edge of something great, something life-changing. But you have to believe it. You have to trust the process, trust yourself, and most importantly, trust that you are capable of more than you've ever imagined. Let's start with this simple truth. Where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. You might be thinking, really? This place? This struggle? Yes. This exact moment is the foundation for everything that comes next. Every setback, every frustration, every single time life has knocked you down, it's all leading somewhere. But here's the catch. You've got to keep moving. You've got to keep showing up. Too many people give up right when they're on the brink of a breakthrough. They think, it's too hard. It's not meant for me. But you know what? Those moments of doubt are exactly when you need to dig deeper. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Success, whether in your career, your relationships, your personal growth, it's not for the faint of heart. It's for those who refuse to quit, even when everything in them says to stop. Look, I'm not here to tell you that life is easy or that success comes quickly. I'm here to tell you that you have what it takes to make it through. Not because of some magic formula, but because of what's inside you. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it starts with the small decisions you make every day. That's what determines your future. Not some big, dramatic change, but the quiet, consistent decisions you make when no one's watching. I want to ask you a question. Why not you? Why can't you be the one who turns it all around, who reaches the heights you've dreamed of, who lives the life you've always wanted? Because the truth is, most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they don't believe they're capable. Let that sink in. It's not that they don't have the skills, the talent, or the potential. It's that they don't believe they do. When you see someone who's successful, someone who's thriving, it's easy to think, well, they've got something I don't. But here's the reality. They don't. They just refuse to let doubt win. They refuse to believe the lie that they weren't good enough. Instead, they took the fear, the insecurities, and the doubts, and they used them as fuel. So I'm asking you, why not you? What's holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of what others will think? Or is it the fear that you'll put in all this effort and nothing will change? Let me tell you something. The only way nothing changes is if you don't change. The only way you stay stuck is if you stay still. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you're changing your future. And every time you push through fear, every time you take action when it feels impossible, you're growing. You're becoming the person you need to be to achieve what you want. One of the biggest myths about success is that it's a straight line. That once you start, you just keep rising and rising until you reach your goal. But that's not how it works. The road to success is filled with twists, turns, detours, and dead ends. You're going to fail. You're going to hit walls. But here's the thing. You need those failures. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Think about it. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to get better. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail and then get back up. You see, failure only wins if you stop. If you quit, that's when failure has the final word. But if you keep going, if you get back up one more time, if you learn from the mistakes, if you adjust and try again, that's when failure turns into success. So the next time you fall short, the next time you hit a wall and think, maybe this isn't for me, I want you to remember this. It's not over unless you quit. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated tools you have in your arsenal. Consistency. Consistency isn't flashy. It's not the kind of thing that gets you instant results or recognition, but it's the thing that, over time, builds everything you want. Success isn't built in a day. It's built in the small actions you take, day after day, week after week, month after month. It's the work you put in when no one's watching. It's the discipline to keep going, even when it feels like you're not making any progress. Think about it like this. Imagine a tree growing in the forest. Day after day, it stretches toward the sky, little by little. You don't notice the growth at first. In fact, it might seem like nothing's happening. But over time, that tree becomes massive, rooted deeply in the ground, standing tall. Your life, your success, it works the same way. You might not see the results right away. It might feel like nothing's happening. But every day you show up, every day you put in the effort, you're growing. You're building something bigger than you realize. And over time, that consistent action compounds into something incredible. So don't get discouraged if it feels like you're not seeing progress right away. Don't quit because it's taking longer than you thought. Keep going. Keep showing up. Because those small, consistent actions are what create lasting change. And with consistency comes something just as important: discipline. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. Motivation is great. It gets you started. It gives you that spark. But discipline? Discipline is what keeps the fire burning. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning when you'd rather hit snooze. It's what keeps you working when no one's applauding. Discipline is the foundation of success. And here's the thing. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice. Every time you follow through on a commitment, every time you do what you said you would, even when it's hard, that's discipline. And the more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Here's what I want you to remember. Your future is shaped by your habits. The small things you do every day, those are what determine your success. Not the big, once-in-a-lifetime moments, but the little, daily actions. So start now. Build the habits that align with the life you want. Start today and don't stop. Let's talk about something that can make or break your journey: belief. Do you believe in yourself? Really think about it. Because here's the truth. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Belief is the foundation for everything. If you don't believe you can achieve something, you won't. It's that simple. But if you believe, if you truly believe, you'll move mountains. I'm not talking about arrogance. I'm talking about quiet, unshakable confidence in your ability to figure it out, to learn, to grow, to overcome. And let me tell you this. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who never doubt themselves. They're the ones who, in the face of doubt, choose to believe anyway. They're the ones who push forward, even when it feels impossible. So I want you to start telling yourself a new story. The next time that voice in your head says, "You can't do this," I want you to ask, why not? Why can't you? Why not you? The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Now I want you to look at where you are right now, this moment, this second. You might be thinking, "I'm not ready," or "I'll wait until the time is right." But let me tell you something. The time will never be perfect. There will always be something in the way. The only time you have is now. If you're waiting for the stars to align, for everything to fall into place before you start, stop waiting. Life doesn't work like that. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. The people who succeed are the ones who take action, even when they're scared, even when they don't have all the answers. They trust the process, they trust themselves, and they keep moving forward. So I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? If you want to change your life, if you want to achieve something great, start today. Start where you are, with what you have, and trust that the path will unfold as you go. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Your story isn't over yet. Whatever has happened in the past, your failures, your mistakes, your doubts, they don't define you. What defines you is what you do next. What defines you is the actions you take from this moment forward. You have the power to change your life. It's not going to be easy. There will be setbacks, there will be days when you want to quit, but those are the moments when you need to push the hardest. Because everything you want is on the other side of that effort. So keep going, keep believing, and remember, why not you? This is your time. Your story is still being written. And you are the one holding the pen.